being here tonight. I know you guys have your time is valuable, and I appreciate that you even took the time to want to serve at this prom. It means the world to us, but it means even more to the guests that are going to come that you will be paired with. Because of you, one guest can attend the prom. Um, so thank you for doing that. Our prom will take place on Saturday, April 18th, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it's called Royalty on the Range this year. I'll get more into the theme as we move on with this meeting. But first, I want to talk about the prom training agenda so that you know what to expect. Okay. The first thing we're going to talk about is the why, the heart behind prom, and why this night matters. The second thing is the experience, this year's theme, and what you and your guests will step into. After we talk about the experience, I'm going to go through the game plan, which is the schedule, the activities, and how the night will flow. After we go over the game plan, I will then talk about your role as a buddy. And what I mean by that is how to guide your guest, how to set proper boundaries, and how to honor them with dignity. If you can please mute your mic, I'd appreciate it. Because it sounds like an echo. Okay, there you go. And then after we go through your role as a buddy, I'm going to talk about safety first. If you need help, Vanessa and I will talk about the check-in and check-out process, fingerprinting, minor consent forms, and how to get help if you need it. After safety first, I will then go through how to represent Crossroads well. And what I mean by that is how you're supposed to dress. What are our attire guidelines? What do we expect out of you? And how to be ready with those expectations. Then finally, I'll close the evening with a pop quiz. And it's just a fun pop quiz. Hopefully we can see how much you guys have absorbed, and it's more of just another reminder so as much of the important stuff sticks, and then I'll open it up for questions. And once we're done with the questions, we can all go home or go to bed or whatever it is that you're doing next. So here goes. Let's get started. Why we do our prom. We do this prom every year because Jesus Christ died for our sins so that we could be saved from the punishment of sin. 1 John 4:19 in the Bible says that we love because he, meaning Jesus, first loved us. Jesus saw our sin, he saw our need and our brokenness, and he chose to die on the cross out of love for us. So when we serve at our prom, we are loving our guests because Christ loved us by sacrificing himself on the cross. And we're so grateful for that. And God expects us to love in that same fashion to those around us, to our circle of influence. So as prom day draws near, hold on to that truth. Let it remind you how deeply this matters to Jesus. And as you serve our guests, honor God by loving them well. Because when we do it, it brings joy to the heart of God, but it's also going to bring a lot of joy to you and to the guests that you are serving. Now I want to go over this year's theme. And what I mean by that is what you're going to see when you step onto the campus, all the fun and exciting stuff that you are going to experience, hopefully. This year's special needs prom is going old Western. Think classic frontier Wild West like the movie Tombstone. And if you haven't seen the movie Tombstone, watch it. It is an awesome Western movie. The theme name, Royalty on the Range, is inspired by Psalm 23. It's a very famous passage, and it says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need. He makes me lie down in green meadows. He renews my strength." And Psalm 23 reminds us that God is our good shepherd, and he isn't embarrassed by our need. He builds his care around our needs. So what we aim for as a special needs ministry here at Crossroads, we want our prom to become a picture of that green meadow where our guests and you guys will step into a place of rest. There's not going to be any pressure, no fixing for the guest, just the love of Jesus and joy. And then from the moment that you arrive on campus, you're going to step into an old Western experience where you will see volunteer actors dressed in full Western gear. Some of them will be like a sheriff. Another one will have some train robbers. The packing house building will say Old Town Crossroads on it. There's going to be some wanted posters. Our limo ride will be decorated like a train station, and those train robbers are going to rob the train station, like a playful kind of thing. And as a buddy, you and your guests will share the adventure together. You can go through all the activities or as much of the activities as your guest wants. There's also going to be cornhole. There'll be photos that you can take with the characters. They're going to be walking around. You can be cheered on the red carpet when you exit the limo ride. There's also going to be karaoke, fun photo booths, a beverage cafe where you get free beverages. They call it the Gold Rush Cafe. And we're also going to have dinner for all of you. We're calling it the Homestead Kitchen. It's going to be a buffet style dinner where you guys can eat. And we'll also have a place where you guys can dance on the dance floor. We're going to have line dancing and a live DJ. Okay, next I want to go over the prom schedule. So because our prom is so big and we want to make it look beautiful, there's almost 1,000 people on campus every year. We need 2 days to prep for it. So our prom day is, like I mentioned before, Saturday, April 18th, but we start the day before on Friday, April 17th. So we'll be there all day long, prepping with our decorating team, our setup team, and any other people who are able to help. So if you're able to assist us, maybe for an hour or two, would really appreciate it. We'll be there from about 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. in the evening. I'll be providing food and beverages all day long for everyone if they stay. And if you can come, I'm going to ask that you please reach out to either Vanessa or me first. Email us, let us know, hey, I'm planning to come at so and so time on Friday. Um, and the reason I'm saying that is because in the past we've had people come and we didn't know they were arriving at a certain time and we didn't have a task for them to do, so then they would just go home. I don't want to waste your time. I want to make sure that we have something for you to do. So let us know ahead of time and we will make sure to have an activity or some sort of thing for you to do when you arrive. Then on prom day, buddy check-in is going to start at 3 p.m. Highlighting that because that is when I'm asking all the buddies to arrive. I'm asking you guys to arrive an hour before the prom starts. The prom starts at 4. So you can come earlier if you like, but 3 p.m. is what we're asking. Once you arrive, park in the upper parking lot dressed and ready, and then walk down to the packing house building and enter through the side entrance and check in there. There's going to be a table and some people to check you guys in and give you a wristband, but I'll go more into detail about that in a little bit. At 4 p.m. on prom day, that's when the prom begins. That's when the guests with special needs start checking in the front of the packing house. And once you get paired with your guest, I want to highlight that your first stop should be the pampering stations. The pampering stations will be in the very same room where you guys are going to be waiting and sitting to be paired with your guests with special needs. I urge you to walk through there with them or encourage them. Unless your guest doesn't want to go through any of the pampering stations, go through and walk out, then that's fine. They can do that. But try and go through at least a couple of them, and at the very least, get your boutonniere and your corsage from the flower booth. After you're done with the pampering stations, you're going to walk out the building and go and get your formal photos taken. You can download those about a week after prom for free, as many as you want, from our Crossroads website. As the prom day moves on, you're going to see so many other activities open up. And I mentioned all these before. I'm not going to name them all, but all these different activities like the karaoke and the limo ride and the DJ, they're all going to be in front of our worship center. That's the biggest building on our campus. And I'm going to show you a map of our campus in a little bit, and I will point out to you the different buildings and what they will offer. At around 8 p.m. on prom day, that is when all the activities will end. The DJ will announce the last song then stop the music and have you guys enter the worship center for our crowning ceremony. That is the pinnacle of our evening. That is where every guest with special needs will be crowned king or queen for our prom. And it is a beautiful experience. I dare you not to cry. So many people get teary-eyed when they experience this, but it's a beautiful thing to be a part of. Once the crowning ceremony is done, then Vanessa, my coordinator, will go on stage and remind you guys of the whole checkout process, what you need to do, and then she'll direct you to exit the building section by section so it doesn't get all chaotic and everybody exit at the same time. Um, at the in the outside of the worship center building, that's where you will meet the family of whatever guest that you're paired with, and you will release that guest to them. We're going to go through the proper checkout process in a little bit, but it has to do with wristbands. Wristbands are super important for this prom. You need to always be wearing one, as well as your guest, so that our safety team and security know that you're supposed to be there. Our special needs adults are a vulnerable people group, just like kids. Okay. If you need help, so it is my hope that none of you run into an emergency during prom, but if you do, it's important to know what to do. What are your options? The first option that I recommend is to reach out to our Crossroads safety team. Our Crossroads safety team is on campus just about 7 days a week, anytime there is a church gathering on our campus. And they're always wearing black shirts that say Crossroads Safety Team across the front. They are wearing earpieces, which makes it really easy for them to communicate across campus. They even are armed should they need to protect us from serious dangers. So they would be my first recommendation to reach out to should you need any kind of help. They can communicate and go get help much faster than any of us. If you don't see any of them, there's also our floater team. Our floater team is asked to wear bright colored teal t-shirts, and that's on purpose so that they are easy to spot. There's also in big letters in the back of their shirt, it's going to say floater. And if you need help or assistance, for example, what if one of you needs to go to the restroom? Well, you're not supposed to leave your guests alone. You're not supposed to walk away from them. You can call on a floater and they can fill in for you while you go to the restroom and then come back and you can go on with the rest of your evening. They can also call for help. If you can't find a floater, there's also a nursing team. Our nurses are registered nurses, and we're going to have quite a few of them there. They can help with any medical needs. That's their main concern, but they can also help you with anything else. They're also easy to spot. They will be wearing all red t-shirts. Another thing I don't have on here is, hopefully this is encouraging. Our prom is so big, there are so many people at our prom that it's difficult to even be alone there. If you need help, it's going to be really easy for you to call out for help and somebody can like reach out to somebody else. There's a lot of support going on at our prom. Now I want to go through the activity locations. Now, before I go through this, our map is, there's a lot going on the map, and I know some of you might be on cell phones. So I made this yellow, big yellow arrow, and I'm going to move it around when I'm talking about things, so at least you can know, whoops, where I'm going or what I'm talking about. Oh, how do I get to it? Oh, I can't touch it. Oh no, I can't move it. Let's see. All right, let's try that. So here's the arrow. This arrow is pointing right now to our main parking lot. This is where all the guests with their families will arrive to park. I am asking all the volunteers for our prom not to park here so that you leave room for them. There are over 500 volunteers registered and growing. So if you all park there, you won't have any room for our guests to park there. And many of our guests are older. They have wheelchairs and walkers, and they struggle to walk long distances. So if they park here, I'm going to move the arrow to guest check-in. They only have to walk to this spot right here where I'm pointing the yellow arrow. That's why I'm asking all of you to park in the upper parking lot. And unfortunately, I don't have it on this map. It's It's off the map. I'm pointing the arrow to the direction where the main or where the upper parking lot will be. So you're going to park up there. And then I drew a bright neon green line to what you will do. You'll park and then you'll follow that neon green line to Buddy Check-in. I'm pointing the yellow arrow at Buddy Check-in. And you're going to walk to the side doors of the packing house where I am pointing the arrow. And someone will check you in there and give you a yellow wristband. Then you're going to walk into the building. One of the buddy leaders will address you and tell you where to sit until you get paired with a guest with special needs. Once the guests get checked in, they're going to follow through where you see the red line and come into the packing house through the lobby where I'm pointing the yellow arrow. And then they're going to go into the pampering stations where I'm now pointing the yellow arrow. So hopefully you, the buddy, and the guest will go through those pampering stations, continue on the red line out of the building to where I'm pointing, and then you're going to go down the map to formal photos where I am now pointing the arrow. Once you get your formal photos taken, then you're going to exit the building again and follow the yellow line where I'm pointing and walk all the way down to the front of the worship center. Basically where I'm pointing the arrow now. So the worship center is this big building where I'm pointing the arrow. That is our biggest building on campus. All the rest of the activities will be outside in front of this building. That's where you will end the night. What else can I point out here? Where I have a purple circle, that is where we'll have the crowning ceremony. From 8 to 9 p.m., that is where all our guests will be crowned kings and queens for our prom. Then once that's done at 9 p.m., you're going to follow the purple line out of the building, and hopefully the parent or guest will be waiting for you out there so you can release them to their families. And that's pretty much the end of the evening. Other things I can point out to you here. This is where I have the yellow arrow pointing. That is where limos will take place. That's where you will get picked up, and the limo will drive you around the block and then drop you off where I have the yellow arrow pointing now, where you will walk a red carpet up, and paparazzi will cheer you guys on like you guys are like movie stars. And you'll come back to the front of the worship center and enjoy the rest of the evening with all the activities. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. If you have any questions, I can always go back to this once I open it up to questions. Okay. Check-in for buddies. I'm going to ask Vanessa to go over the whole check-in and check-out process.
Okay, perfect. I know Pastor Andy has kind of gone over it multiple times, but this is a very important process that we want to make sure we get very smoothly. I know there's a lot of information on this PowerPoint, but this is like very important information that we need to get through. So, check in for the buddy team. Of course, Pastor Andy had mentioned you guys park in the upper parking lot. There's going to be a lot of signage, like sandwich boards telling you where to go. Just walk down those stairs, and then you're going to see on the side of the packing house, right next to the backyard, that nice green foliage. There is your buddy team lead. So you'll have the pleasure of meeting them in person if you haven't done so already. And then you'll check in and get assigned a wristband, and then you'll walk in and wait to get paired with a guest. I'll go to the next slide. Okay. This is the most important part, I would say. So guests will start to arrive around 4 p.m. You will already be inside waiting for them. And then you will get matched up. So people will be there on iPads, matching like males and females together. So you'll get matched up with your guest. It's a very important. We ask that you do have your cell phones with you. If you have like a purse for the ladies or guys, you can always keep it in your pocket. We do allow you guys to have your phones on you. Reason being, if you need to get contacted or if we need you to take pictures to have references on your phone, just in case for safety purposes. So it's important when you do get matched up with your guest that you take a photo of your guest's wristband just so you can have a reference by chance if it falls off of them, which it shouldn't, but it's on the rare occasion that it does, you have that reference on there. And then also any information that goes alongside your guest wristband, and we'll go over that in a little bit too. Um, and then also, with that, the parent or caregiver that drops off their guest will receive a parent claim card. And then we can go ahead and show that parent claim card.
Oh, the claim card? Okay.
Yes. So this is very important because the parent claim card has the corresponding number that the guest will have on their on their wristband as well. So this is very important for the checkout process that they both have this. So we can go back to the information. So that's what it looks like. Because that number is required at checkout. So, like Pastor Andy did mention, I will be closing out the ceremony towards the end of the night, and I will be dismissing everybody section by section, just so we don't have a huge crowd out at checkout. It will just go smoother that way. So, when you do escort your guest outside of the worship center, we're going to have a lot of stations. So each station will be sectioned by last name. So you'll see volunteers holding huge signs that will have like different corresponding letters by last name. So for example, you have a sign that says like A through C, D through K, so on and so forth. And then even have certain signs that say if they're a part of a group home, like Peppermint Ridge, or some people have like last names and their group home. So this is what it looks like on the screen. So the huge letters, you can't really miss it. If you want to go back to the information slide.
Okay.
Cool. So you'll take your guest and you'll stand underneath that sign that corresponds with their last name. And you'll just stand there until parent or caregiver will come up and pick up their guest. So to release them, they must show their parent claim card, or if by the chance in the few hours they misplaced their parent claim card, if they have a photo of it on their phone, that's perfectly fine too. But the numbers must match the parent claim card to release your guest. If by chance they don't have a claim card or it does not match, do not release your guest. Please escort them to the checkout table. We'll have volunteers also with iPads at a checkout table, and they would have to verify some information before we let them go. So we never release the guest without matching code, wristband, and when in doubt, just ask somebody, ask a team member, ask a team lead, and we'll be here to help you. Unfortunately, Pastor Andy and I will still be in the worship center, but we have a lot of team leads out there that will assist you guys. And then we'll go to the next slide.
The abbreviations?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is important, like I mentioned earlier, any additional information that's on your guest wristband is needed. It would be one of these abbreviation lists. So pretty much when you do check in, your team leads will have this card. It's very important you take a picture of it just to reference it, especially if your guest has one of these abbreviations, or if someone maybe has a question that's next to you, you have the information at hand to help them. So these abbreviations can mean various things, especially like dietary restrictions, if your guest has like a medical condition, or especially very important since we'll be in the worship center lobby. We're going to have a huge service. We're going to have, worship, lights, a huge message. So it's very important to be aware if they have like light sensitivity or seizures. It's very important to know that for them. Another question we had last training, which is very important, if your guest requires medication, say if they're diabetic or if they're not feeling good, us and our nursing team that we have on campus, we're not permitted to give any medication or to give them proper care. It would have to be a parent or caregiver. So that's why we need our phones to get in contact with somebody to get them that proper care. We do not have permission to do so. Pastor Andy, did you want to add a little bit on this as well?
Yes. So
Mhm.
anyone who needs to get medication taken, they're going to let our check-in team know ahead of time, and then that parent or care provider will have to remain on campus, and they can be the ones to tell the guest or sorry, the buddy, hey, it's time for the medication, and then that buddy will then take the guest to the parent lounge where the parent is waiting, and then the parent will then give the medications, and then the buddy can go back with the guest to the rest of the prom evening. All right. Thank you, Vanessa. Now I want to go through recommendations and some reminders. We are reminding you over and over again. It's going to sound like a broken record because I want it all to stick. So the start of the night, to start it right, I want to remind you that once you're paired with a guest, walk your guests through the pampering stations first. Let them enjoy as many as they'd like. After pampering, exit the building for formal photos. When photos are done, head to the front of the worship center and enjoy the rest of the activities together. Remember, stay with your guests and guide them through the night. Please do not leave them alone. It's dangerous to leave them alone. We've had situations where some of them have wandered off or walked off or went across the street even. If something like that happens, call for help. If you see another guest by themselves and it's not the one you're paired with, call for help as well. Tell us to address the situation because that should not happen. Another thing, this is for your protection. Do not share phone numbers, social media, or email. Any kind of communication, do not share it with the guest. That is so that you are not getting phone calls in the middle of the night or 10 or 15 phone calls. It's happened many times in the past. Our guests, they don't mean any sort of malicious intent with what they do and their behavior. Some of them just don't understand boundaries. So if you give them your phone number or you give them your Instagram pay or Instagram account, they might end up contacting you way more times than you want it. And you might have to end up blocking them. So for your protection, just don't share it with them. If you have trouble saying no to them, you can just blame me. Say, Pastor Andy told me I'm not supposed to share it. I'm sorry. You can go talk to Pastor Andy and they won't. So you can use me as an excuse. Another thing, I know many of you do this anyway, but I want to mention it. Treat them with dignity and respect and never assume they do not understand what you're saying, even if they don't talk. They most likely understand. Some of them even like to pretend like they don't understand, but they are so smart. Um, so just keep that in mind. Another thing, you are their buddy, not their date. We tell them that you are their friend, their buddy, a volunteer, but they still want to consider you their dates. Not all of them, but many of them do. So I'm asking you guys to please not encourage it if they call you their date. They might even ask you, will you be my girlfriend? Will you be my boyfriend? You tell them kindly, no, no, thank you, but we can be friends. Um, how do I explain this? Some of them, if they don't get corrected, they will take it very seriously, and some of them might even get hurt or offended by it. I don't know. They can take it to the next level, and like I said before, they're not trying to be mean about it. They just get really excited. This event means so much to them, and they don't often get opportunities where they get to meet some very pretty girl or very handsome guy to hang out with all night long. So they are like elated by the idea of this. Okay. Buddy attire guidelines is the thing I want to go through next. So the first thing I want to say is please dress to honor the night. Remember, this is a church. This is a formal event as well, so please dress nicely as you would for church or a special occasion. The approved attire for the evening is going to be formal Western or business casual or formal wear. Western clothing is optional. It is not required. You do not need to wear Western clothes to be part of this prom. It's encouraged, but you don't have to do it. We're not asking you. You guys are doing you guys are doing so much already. For me to ask you guys to go buy clothing that you don't already have is just, in my opinion, asking too much. So if you already have the clothes, great. If you don't, just wear something nice. Please follow our modesty standards. This is super important. Ladies, please no low-cut tops, short skirts, open low backs, or revealing clothing. This is for your protection. Actually, it's more your protection than the guest, but there have been other situations as well where family members of the guest don't like that their guest is paired with someone who is wearing very revealing clothing. If you don't follow these guidelines, the guests will, there's a risk of them behaving in a manner that you're not going to like. Like I said before, they don't have boundaries, some of them. Some of them may get aroused in a manner that a normal person could sustain themselves with and could control themselves, but they might not. So I'm asking you guys to do this and dress modestly so that everything goes smoothly for you. Gentlemen, please wear dress shirts, slacks, boots, jackets, or suits. You can even wear jeans, especially now that it's a Western theme. Just make sure they're nice jeans. You can wear a nice shirt with it and even a blazer or a cowboy hat, or you don't have to wear any of that stuff. You don't even have to wear a tie. Just make sure that it's a nice shirt, some nice slacks, and some nice shoes. I would even go as far as you can wear sneakers with your nice outfit because you're going to be doing a lot of walking and most likely a lot of dancing. So I put together some pictures. This is for inspiration. This is not exactly how you should dress, but I want you to get an idea of what you can wear for our prom, okay? Um, Ladies, notice that these dresses are pretty, but they are conservative looking. There's not a lot going on where you can see a lot of skin. Um, so please consider these and try and follow these guidelines to the best of your ability. Men, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of them are wearing jeans. They're even wearing a belt buckle. The guys that are dressed in Western wear aren't even wearing ties. They still look nice, and that's totally fine. There's also an option where you can just wear slacks and a shirt or tie or without a tie. So we are very flexible. We just want you guys to treat this like a formal event. Okay, now I want to go through the live scan, otherwise known as a fingerprint or a background check. So if you are serving as a buddy, you are required to be live scanned if you're 18 years of age or older. Um, if you've been live scanned through our church before, maybe you're serving in another ministry, maybe you've served at prom before, you don't have to do this again. You do it once and you're good to go. But some of you are new to this and you might need to be live scanned if you're 18 years or older. If you're under 18, you don't need to worry about this until you reach the age of 18. We have been offering opportunities to be live scanned all month long since March 4th, and the last one for this month will be March 25th. That's this Wednesday. You can come to room 10 of Kinderland and get live scanned from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will end it at 8 p.m. sharp. So if you're planning to go to service, I suggest that you exit service a little bit early so that you can get there in time to be fingerprinted. Um, we will also have two more opportunities to be live scanned in the packing house on Friday, April 10th from 7 p.m. to 8:30, and then Saturday, the very next day, April 11th, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And those are offered because we're offering a training for all the rest of the volunteers who are not buddies or floaters. Now that you guys are taking this training, you don't have to go to any other training. This is the only one you have to go to. But if you didn't get live scanned in March and you need to be fingerprinted or live scanned, you're going to have to end up going to either the April 10th or April 11th and wait in a very long line, and that's no fun. So I encourage you, don't put it off. If you can come this Wednesday, do it. There is not a long line during the Wednesday night live scans, so avoid that and avoid the stress. Please make sure to bring a valid state ID or a driver's license with you. If you don't have proper ID, we can't live scan you. Okay, now I want to talk about minor buddy volunteers. If you are a minor, that means if you're under 18, we are asking that a parent or legal guardian sign a consent form that we have been sending out to you or will send out to you if you haven't received it yet. It's super easy to do. All you have to do is have your parents sign it electronically and then email it back to us. You don't have to print it out. You don't have to bring it to the church. You just sign it electronically and email it to Vanessa, my coordinator. She's been emailing everyone under 18 who's a buddy leading up to this point. But if you haven't received it, go ahead and put it in the chat. Let her know. Maybe put your email in there and she can send it out to you. She's continuing to do that until prom day. Now, here's a super important thing. If we do not receive your signed consent form before prom, you will not be able to serve as a buddy. Okay, so please take care of this right away so you are fully cleared for the night. We're just about done. And now it's time for our pop quiz. So hopefully you guys have a good time with this. I want to encourage you. You can unmute your mics. You can just call out the answer to these questions, or if you don't want to say it, you can type it in the chat. It's perfectly okay, either one or the other, okay? So here's the first question. Name one of the 3 approved attire options for buddies.
Western.
Formal clothing.
Business
Good
casual.
job. Yes, yes. That's right. Western, formal wear, formal Western. Very good, very good. Okay. True or false? You must dress Western to serve at prom.
No.
False.
False. That's right. You do not have to dress Western. We do not ask that much more of you. You are already doing so much. What happens? Oh, sorry. If you are under 18, what must you turn in before prom?
Consent
form.
Consent form.
Consent form. That's right. And Vanessa will be sure to email those to you. What happens if a minor does not turn in their signed consent form before prom?
They do not
Serve.
That's right. Unfortunately, they cannot serve, and we don't want that. We want you guys to
Give
be
them the
there.
boot.
Give them the boot.
I like
Okay.
that. I like that.
No pun
Number
intended.
5. Are you allowed to share your phone number or social media with your guest?
No.
Negative.
No. I mean, you can break the rule and share it with them, but you're going to find out what's going to happen if you do. And I'm probably going to get some emails and phone calls. Pastor Andy, please help me. They won't stop calling me. So please do not share any contact information with your guest. Okay, if your guest asks you to be their boyfriend or girlfriend, how should you respond?
No,
thank you.
And your friend.
Oh,
No,
that's
thank you.
great. I
We're
even heard
friends.
one. Pastor Andy said no. That's great. That's great. Okay. How old must you be to get fingerprinted for this event?
18 and
Over
over.
18.
18 and over. That's right. And if you've already been fingerprinted through our church, you don't have to do it again. Number
Correct.
8. Now that you've attended this training, what other meetings must you attend?
None.
None.
None. That's right. After this meeting, you guys are good to go. You don't have any other meetings to attend unless you don't get fingerprinted and you need to, then you're going to have to go to one of those 2 meetings that we're offering all the other volunteers. Okay. Number 9, where are buddies supposed to park on the day of prom?
Upper
On the upper part.
Upper parking.
Upper
Upper part.
parking lot. Yes. I'm not doing that because I'm mean. I'm doing that because I want to leave room for our guests so they don't have to walk too far. Okay, number 10. Where do buddies check in when they arrive?
The packing house.
The packing house.
Packing house.
Packing house. That's right, on the side doors of the packing house. That's right, where you will receive your wristband and then you walk into the building. If you need help during prom, what should you do?
Go to someone in a black shirt, the teal shirt, or the next step is the red.
Or red
That's
shirts.
right. That's right. Good job. You guys remember the colors of the t-shirts too. All right. So that's pretty much it, friends. Now I'm going to open it up for any and all questions you might have. Okay, no question is too silly. Go right ahead.
Andy, you said we needed to sign a consent form before we do the training or before we are able to serve?
That's if you are under 18.
Okay, so all we need to do is a live scan in this training?
That's correct. If you've never been live scanned through our church before.
Thanks, Andy.
No problem. Okay, I see.
But if we've been live scanned, we don't have to do it?
If you've been live scanned through our church, you don't have to do it.
Yes. I did it
Yes.
I've been doing this for years, Andy. I did it the very first year.
Great. Then you're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I see a hand up. It's Christina DeHaro.
Christina. Yes. Okay, so I attended last year's prom for the first time, and I forget how the meal thing goes when you have to say you like your veg.
I'm not understanding the question. How the nail thing goes?
Your mic's off.
Your mic, you muted your mic, Christina.
Oh, sorry. So for people who are like me who are vegetarians, do we tell them the day of the prom or prior to the prom? I forgot how that goes.
So our food is vegetarian. We're going to be offering like a pasta.
Okay,
Yes.
sounds good. Thank you for answering that question.
No
I just
problem.
forgot.
Okay, Juliet, you have a question?
Yes, since I'm new to the whole, prom buddy thing and to this volunteering thing, would I be paired with someone more like superior who's done it before with my buddy or to find like all the locations of the activities and such?
No, you're supposed to be independent and not be paired with somebody.
Okay.
If you don't
It's
think you're
actually
capable of
relatively
doing
easy,
that,
Juliet.
yeah.
It's really super easy, Juliet. You're gonna find that
You'll be
you're
fine.
gonna find that I did it last year. You're gonna find that there's a lot of people. You just kind of like
Right.
follow people around. You'll get it. It's
Yeah.
it's very very well ran.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I
Okay.
Everyone's
appreciate that.
helpful. You'll do the same thing a couple of times. It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, Tony Ramirez.
To get a floater when we go to the restroom, but what about when they need to go to the restroom?
Good question. I should have added that. So when they go to the restroom, we have a floater team who will be at the restrooms, literally doing bathroom duty. So you would walk them to the restroom and then hand them off to one of those floaters and they will assist them in the restroom. Once they're done, they bring them back out to you guys.
Yep.
Make sense?
Hmm.
Did I
You
answer your question?
might want to make a mental note too that you absolutely 100% are not allowed to go into the restroom with a guest by yourself.
Yeah, well, I would normally say that, but they won't let you. The floaters will like tell you, no, you're not allowed to go in the restroom. They're going to be standing there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question, Tony?
Andy, appreciate it.
Okay, no problem. Any other questions? You might have to call it out because I can't see every single face.
Okay. I have one for you, Andy.
Sure.
Was there a check-in? I came in a little bit late. Was there a check-in for just to make sure that that who was here, or you just
No.
recognize people by face?
Yes, there is no check-in.
Okay.
So what we're also doing is we're recording this, and then Vanessa is going to email all of you this recording, so you can always go back to it and view it from the very beginning if you want to. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. I'm checking to see if anybody
Hey,
has
Andy,
any
this
other
is
questions.
We're
Andy,
getting in a limo.
Andy, this is
Uh,
George. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I thought to ask, is there any special thing we should know about if for some reason our guest wants to leave early or not be part of the ceremony, or, the night stops early?
If they want to leave, then you would reach out to either security and they will reach out to the check-in team, and the check-in team is the one who has the list of the parents or the care providers. And then they'll call parent or care provider.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. There was someone else that was asking a question too. I didn't hear what it was.
In the limo. We're getting in a limo. What's this limo talk I'm hearing?
So the limo ride is, say you're walking on to Disneyland and there's a lot of activities. The limo ride is like the main activity that they all want to go on. So there's going to be limo buses that will just be basically for 3 hours picking up guests and then driving around the block, dropping them off, and then they come back to the same place and pick up more guests, and they just rotate over and over again. There's literally one guest every year who just rides the limo ride the whole time. And it's that much fun to them. It's a limo bus, and there's like music bumping inside, and you're just driving around the block and driving around the block. But we're doing it different this year and making it like a train station, and there will be some characters dressed up like train robbers, and they're gonna walk in and act like they're robbing the train or whatever, and just to keep it fun. Jacqueline Coco.
I had a question. Is there an age requirement to be a buddy or no?
Yes, you have to be
Okay.
14 years or older.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. I see. Who else?
Andy,
Yes.
Andy, can I ask you a question about prom?
Well, yeah, that's
Tabitha
why
wants
we're
to
here.
be. Well, I know, but this is about me bringing Tabitha. Tabitha wants to be with a girl for her buddy. Can she do that?
Yeah, you just ask them when you go to check in.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because she
No
wants a
problem.
girl.
No
Thank
problem. Carol Pina, yes.
Do you pair us with like somebody close to our age or anything like that?
We try our best. We also try and pair you with someone that you can handle. For example, if a 14-year-old girl has never done this before, we're not going to pair her with someone difficult who's like 60 years old. That would be inappropriate. We're going to try and pair them with the close age limits. We'll do our best. If we can't do that, we will literally pair them. If it's like required, we'll do like 2 or 3 buddies, like a group with one guest. That way they feel supported and not so uncomfortable. But that's only when it has to happen. We don't do that with every single person. We want to make you guys feel comfortable, but we also want to make sure that every guest gets paired. Not unfortunately, emergencies happen, and some of you guys might not be able to make it on prom day. So we always have to make sure we have enough to go around for everyone that shows up. Okay, I see a question from Daryl Gibson.
Pastor Andy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, everybody, my name is Daryl Gibson, and I've been a buddy for the restroom duties for the last 3 years. So if there's a question that you're female, there's females that have that light blue shirt like us, and there's guys like myself. So whoever asks that question, there will be a lady going in the buddies ladies restroom with buddies. And also what Pastor Andy was saying, if there's someone that's in a bathroom, we advise you to take that picture so that we can also go in the bathroom to see how they look, so we can bring them back to you so you can enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, so sometimes it gets so busy in the restroom that when you're waiting for the guests to come out, maybe they're taking too long. They can go in and like, oh, okay, that's your guest. I'll go get them for you or whatever, because they might not know who it is that you're waiting for. I guess the line in the restroom can get kind of long. Who knows? Okay. Carol, you have another question.
No, I just don't know how to get the hand
Oh,
down.
okay. All right.
I'm not too computer savvy.
That's okay. I appreciate you being here anyway. I see more. Just checking to see. I don't see any other questions. Okay, Jacqueline Coco, you have another question?
Yes, sorry. I'm 14 and I do not have a cell phone. Would that be a problem?
No, it wouldn't, but oh, Vanessa, that's a first. What do we do about that?
It wouldn't be a problem because I mean, there's people around. We can always, if you need assistance, you can ask, like floaters and other team leads. So it
Yeah.
wouldn't be a problem.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Another reminder we didn't mention, every guest was going to have like a name tag. So if you don't remember their last name or whatever, you can just look on their name tag and they're going to have their name on there.
This is worth mentioning too, tagging on to what Daryl said about encouraging buddies to take a picture of their guest, because last prom there was a couple incidents where buddies lost their guest, and so they asked floaters to help them look for them. So the pictures made it a lot faster.
Well, that's good. Okay. So if you can take a picture of your guests, that would be great. If you don't have a phone, that's okay. We can work around that. But it helps. It helps to have as much information on them as possible. It'll save you and our team a lot of time should a guest wander off on you or something. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Thank you, guys. I am so proud of all of you. Thank you for taking the time to be here. If you have any further questions, you can email me at andy@crossroadschurch.com. You can also email Vanessa at vanessag@crossroadschurch.com. We will be available to help you guys and prepare you for this prom day. Trust me, it's fun. And if it's not fun, then you can come and be like, Andy, tell me to serve on another team, and I'll recommend another team for you, okay?
It's a lot of fun, guys. You'll love it.
It's a lot
Yes,
of
yes.
fun. Yes, it is. It's great. They do a
Best thing
great
you'll ever
job.
do.
All right,
Wonderful.
Thank you so
everyone.
much, Andy.
Have a blessed
To
day.
Thank you,
Let me
anyone
close
Pastor
that's
this
Andy.
out in
new,
prayer. Let me
Have a
close
good
this
night.
out in prayer. All right.
Good night.
Father God, I thank you and I ask for your blessing over every single person in this meeting tonight. I ask that you be with them and give them the wisdom, pour out your heart and your soul into them so that they do an amazing job being that buddy to the guests that they will be paired with that night. I ask for you to do amazing things in this prom, and I want to hear beautiful stories from every single person in this meeting. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Andy. Thank
All
you,
Amen.
right.
Andy.
Have a good
Thank you,
night.
Pastor Andy.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a
See
good
you,
night.
everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
God
Bye.
bless
Bye.
you.
That's over there? Yeah, it is.
All right.
how do I sign off of this thing? It's not on there.
We can help you out. Let's see. Oh, there's still a lot of people in here.
Let me.
Do you know how to close the meeting?
I'm gonna try to stop the recording. There we go.
Okay.